So yeah, you caught me. Sorry, I was hugging print media, just hugging it, just feeling it, just touching it and enjoying it. Now, obviously, the reason that I'm talking about this, obviously, is because as a PR promotions company, we often have these exciting discussions in the office or remotely or whatever about the benefits of online media against print media or how they work together. And obviously, all print media has an online ident, so it kind of works all ways. But the thing that started cropping up and kept cropping up is the subject of how when you do a long read, and a long read in not using a screen, but using paper and using and touching, it has also a definite mental health bonus. It helps your mental health. Every single day I am going through Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, making sure that all the tech side of what we do works well. SoundCloud, we get about 40 invites each day to listen to music. So it's Mixcloud, all those things, and it's great. But your brain just fuzzes up and it's... But when you take a long read and you look at the newspapers, your brain goes to a different place, and the detail that you get through print media and the way that you consume it is totally different to the way you consume a Twitter feed. On a Twitter feed, the interesting thing, and again, this came up in a discussion with one of the team, that on a Twitter feed, you're not immersed, you're hit constantly by, if you're looking at a subject, there are the big media areas and they have a real point in those places. But then you come across the people, obviously, who have no followers, no one liking what they're saying, and it's like they've got some crazy, outlandish, generally rather horrible viewpoint. But it's too late. You've taken in those 4 lines. Now, admittedly, people can say that newspapers have their own agenda, but it's a completely different thing. You know, when you sit down and you look at something like Culture magazine, Sunday Times, not only does it feel marvellous, but you can choose where you go. You go to the radio section, you go to the section which is about what's on TV, or you go to the section which is my favourite, the You Say section, which again has a kind of social media dynamic because it's a point of view, a short, snappy point of view. That's it. If you've never come across it before, go there. Today, it is blah blah is the worst thing ever to have happened to the Today programme. When he is presenting it, I just switch off. So that's probably the closest you get to social media, but you're not overwhelmed by it. And also, as I say, the experience is just so different. And yes, you know, the experience should be different. Print media, they say it's dying out. Don't you believe it? I believe that print media is actually going to be bouncing back. It's going to be bouncing back if it's ever gone away. The people who buy print media and who consume newspapers consume media in a different way. They are people, I believe, who will spend time and look at a particular section. So, for example, if we've got a section on an artist in the homes side of Sunday Times, that's where you want it. You want someone to be looking at a feature that relates to your artist, your music, your brand, an entrepreneur, you may be representing a vegan restaurateur, and they're stopping and they're understanding that person. They're understanding because they're taking time out. That's how it feels. That is how it feels. Whereas a lot of social media is, it's like that. That's how it feels. But print media is more, it's more zen at times. Now, okay, it may not give you the impact because maybe it's not online. So maybe you're not going to get people liking, and maybe you're not going to get all those likes and whatever. But you get people consuming, learning and growing. They come back to something. They come back to it. So all these magazines that are out there, and you know where magazines are? Supermarkets,